coordinates, a special atom unit was immediately dispatched to Trudograd, where they secured safe transportation of the device through an underground tunnel network. When the agents reached the city, this is what they found. The revolutionary movement was victorious in a battle that raged across every sector of Trudograd. After fending off the northern menace, they quickly formed a new government made up of committee members and busied themselves introducing social, economical and political reforms. Their goal was the creation of a strong, expansive and internationally active Trudograd. Under the new regime, the city grew and flourished, while the newly empowered proletariat hunted down and eliminated every remnant of the previous government, expunging the old order for good. Seventh Heaven, Trudograd's grandiose folly, was thoroughly purged during the first days of the revolution. Along with all their precious possessions, the Fat Cats' lives were forfeit. Their properties were occupied by rebel leaders, their belongings divided amongst the citizenry, and the district was open to all citizens. This state of affairs only lasted a few years, however, at which point the new authorities began slowly separating themselves from the common man to decide the fate of the proletariat from on high, without any annoying interference. The Trudogradian division of Guangzhou Merchants Group survived the unrest without serious losses. More importantly, the profits they earned during the political struggle would become the stuff of legend. Widespread word of Guangzhou's business savvy would soon attract even more trade to the city. With the shackles of classism struck from the hands and feet of the people, Comrade Blaze struggled with the hardest decision of her life. In the end, her heart's desire to continue fighting at your side finally succumbed to her sense of duty. After saying her goodbyes, Blaze dedicated herself to a new purpose: the education, empowerment and mentorship of the free working class. 3 years later, the Revolutionary Committee sent her on an important diplomatic mission beyond the walls of Trudograd. She never returned from the eastern steppes, and her fate remains unknown. When the situation in Trudograd had calmed somewhat, your self-declared father insisted on remaining in the city to immortalize your recent adventures in a grand novel to be titled Comrade Railgun. While you never actually read the book, you later heard it acclaimed as the most beloved piece of literature ever written within Trudograd's walls, which unfortunately did not save Hexogen from being condemned to a life sentence a few months later. His follow-up essay urging Atom to level Trudograd so that humanity may return to a natural woodland habitat was not popular with the authorities. The elderly writer is now reputed to reside in a warm, comfy cell. His fellow political prisoners hail him as their spiritual leader and impatiently await his magnum opus, sadistically sentenced but not sodomized. As for you, after things had calmed somewhat in the city above, you rendezvoused with your fellow Atom members and led them to the railgun. Now, while watching the delegation's scientists prepare the weapon for transport, you cannot help but ponder the question that never seems to leave your mind. Can this rusty old cannon truly be humanity's last hope? Or was the adventure which touched so many lives in Trudograd just pointless busywork? It seems your quandary must go unanswered, at least for the time being. The freight train is fueled and ready to go, but there are still some checks to be passed before the convoy rolls off into the underground network. With nothing to do but wait for deployment, you decide to spend your last moments warming yourself at a burning barrel. A man is waiting there when you arrive. Short, hunchbacked and raggedy, he entered the bunker alongside the Atom operatives, and is now warming his bones by the fire. His face is completely concealed in the depths of a voluminous cowl, yet somehow you know he is smiling.